In this video, we're going to explore from the perspective of a new user what happens when they're invited to join indirectsales.com. Through the email address that they have given, they will be sent an invitation to join indirectsales.com Enterprise. When we've clicked on the link, we see the invitation script. This invitation script, as well as the invitation itself, contains two vital pieces of information. The first is a password, which they will be required to use when engaging with the system for the first time, and the second is a link through to the indirectsales.com website. If we click on this link, we will now see the website. Now at the indirectsales.com website, the first thing that Jane has to do to get into the system is to log in. Once she is successfully signed in, she will see this message. She needs to accept the terms and conditions before she starts using the website. Here we can see her home page. At the moment it's pretty blank, and it confirms that by saying there's no activity yet. Each user is identified by their name appearing in the top right hand corner of the screen, and had they attached a photo to their profile, it would show there as well. The first thing that Jane needs to do is to click there to verify her email address. What she can now do when she's ready is to go back and look at her emails and send back a verification email. But in practical terms, what she can actually do now is she can see the enterprises with which she's involved with. And as we saw before, she's been signed up to the Great Bear Enterprise. But there's a few more things that she should do before she starts working on the system. And the first of those is she can complete her profile. On the Edit Profile button, she can put in a whole load of details about herself. The company she works for, the country which she comes from, any websites, and if she has a LinkedIn profile page, this will be pulled in to the system. Having completed some of her key data, she's going to use her link to the profile page to complete the rest of this form. She's now going to go ahead and save it. As I said, this data will be pulled in from LinkedIn. By clicking on the Settings button, Jane gets access to a whole range of elements of the system which she can enter. We've already looked at the profile, but she can also change the password. She pops in her current password, and now she can type in another one. And she can save that. This means that she's now got a password which is meaningful and memorable for her. She can add a new photo, upload one from any particular image format. Another thing that she can do, which is very, very important, is to look at the notification settings. By default, indirectsales.com sends out huge amounts, potentially can send out huge amounts of information, and individual members need to decide which information they wish to see and which format they wish to see it in. It's not the purpose of this particular video to go down and work through all of the many options for data information sending that there are here, rather to look at the principle. And the principles are that you can either have data sent to you onto the website, or you can have data sent to you by email, or you can have a mix and match. At the moment, default is any information is sent to her, but that's probably a bit onerous, and she'll end up getting both her email box and her notification pages absolutely bombed. So the first thing that I would do is click both of these on and then click them off, and I can now go through and determine how I want to receive my messages. There is another option, which is that all the messages can be sent as a single email as a daily digest. So what we're going to do now is to look at one or two of these things that we might decide we wanted. So for example, if we wanted to know that a new member has joined our enterprise, we might say, well, that's fine, I'd like an email notification of that. However, if we see something important like a new target has been set to you, perhaps we'd want it both on the website and as an email, because that's kind of critical and crucial. And so on, we can work through this particular page. Once we've popped all our notifications in, we can save that page and we will receive emails according to those particular instructions. There are a further couple of options down here, and these are to do with linking in to third-party softwares. And again, it's not the purpose of this particular